That about does it. Turtles defeated. Nice going, Krang.
Yes, that turned out really well indeed.
And your throwback suit looks pretty cool, too.
It sure does, but it's frustrating how the arms always fall off. Again?
Well, Turtles, you're done. Get out of the city. We won. Come on, Krang, let's go.
Yep, I've got lots of things to do.
You heard him, brothers. Let's go. We're losers. Alright. Come on, everybody. Go. I think Donnie's dead. No, that's too bad. On the table today, we have Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mystic Battlers. Didn't I say something a couple years ago about how when we started to get to weird variants of turtles, they were gonna get silly, like on bikes and on bungee cords and stuff? And I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, these are totally awesome, so I guess I ate my words on that. We have 4 new turtle figures in Mystic gear, and they're all pretty spectacular fun. These turtles are lifted from the episode where Shredder and Krang defeat them and they retreat to the forest to refocus on new training to take back the city. We are also looking at the new 2015 box design. Yeah, we now have each individual character on the front of the blister card of the figure they represent, which is kind of neat. On the back of the cards, we have individual bio cards for each Mystic turtle and a little paragraph bio about each turtle and what they experienced from a spirit vision of their sensei Splinter, how each turtle had to refocus a new ability to take back the city. There's also many other figures available for this year. You might notice some slight differences in the figures pictured on the back of the boxes here and what we get as an actual figure, but that always happens and it's not too much of a big deal. These squirrels have really made the forest livable. I see us staying here for a long time, brothers. Hey look, it's Master Splinter! Turtles, I am very disappointed in you. You have become complacent with your training, and that is why you have been banished to the forest. While you've been away, I've been watching an American television show, the 14th season of Power Rangers Mystic Force, and I propose you become Mystic Battlers as well. So let's look at some of these Mystic Turtles out of their packages, starting with Mystic Leonardo, quick and light like the wind. That is his training, to be light as a feather. So we have Leonardo with a gray hooded cloak-like thing on top of his head, and it is stuck there for good. You might be able to remove this soft cape, but I think I wouldn't try. I'm just going to leave it there. I like this soft material, similar to Shredder and some of the other past toys. We've got his swords, katana blades on his side this time, which is a little different, probably because he has a cape and they didn't want to put a hole back there, and it just gives us a different look. All of Leo's weapons are in brown, but I think it works okay because the bow and arrow is traditionally going to be made of wood and brown, and I kind of like thinking that these are more of a bronze metal or something for his swords, so not bad on there. Articulation is pretty similar to the other turtle toys coming out as usual. We have the shoulders with the rotation and the outward movement, and the elbows and the rotation there as well. And Leo, I believe, is the only one who has the wrists that rotate. It's kind of funny why they only left it for Leo. Maybe just because of his sword play. That's how it ended up with that. The same thing with the hip rotation and moving out, and a knee. And I don't know, we got some more of these hollow legs, which I've never been a fan of. Again, he also features this awesome bow and arrow, and if we're dealing with throwback figures, we can look at the original Splinter, and they can now go practice some archery together. Next up, it's Be Still Like the Forest, Mystic Michelangelo. Michelangelo's new job is to focus on his mind and clear distraction, be a little camouflage into the forest type of thing. You can tell with Mikey, he's a little smaller than the other turtles, and so they are keeping with the scale and the color scheme of their turtle skin, which is pretty neat how they've done that with these series so far. Unlike Leonardo and Donatello, Michelangelo and Raphael actually have belts and some gear that is non-colored as their typical turtle colors, which is kind of nice. I don't know, I can't really decide what I like better. I think maybe I like the full color, I don't know, it just brightens them up a little bit. But this is more of a serious tone for Michelangelo. And he's got a full-blown cover for his bandana up top on his head. He doesn't come with nunchucks this time, he comes with these twin kama weapons, whatever that is. I never really heard of that weapon before. I guess they're good for picking your teeth. And he also comes with this really cool piece of wood with nails and stuff on there, so he must have been busy in the forest making this thing. But pretty good figure, same thing with the other turtles, all the articulation is the same, only he doesn't have the wrist like Leo has. But pretty neat, he's got some interesting foot kicking spikes and shoulder spikes as well, arm spikes, so a little more dangerous for Mikey there. Now we're looking at Be Immovable Like a Mountain, Mystic Donatello. This is a really cool take on Donatello. We have a half cloak tunic Donatello purple with a really freaky stone mask of sorts, almost Casey Jones-like. He carries some cool weaponry like this giant hammer and the Ono stone axe. Man, that thing is very much like a villain weapon, and some rope. A really awesome turtle though all around. After Leonardo and seeing this guy, I was just, oh, I gotta get the others because he's just really incredible looking. Yes, he does have the purple belt band going on, and there also looks to be a little bit of camo going on Donnie here with some stripage here. On the back of the package, it is shown as a darker green, but on the toy, it is just kind of the same color. And finishing the turtles off, we have Raid the Enemy Like Fire Mystic Raphael. So Raphael has to work on his anger issues in the forest, no big surprise there, and by doing so he's going to use fire flamethrowers and fire gear and such, which seems like even more trouble, but there you go with that. Pretty interesting figure though overall. He's got his fire gear going on, maybe a hoodie to protect him from flames. He's got the gas cans back there for his flame weapon. Looks pretty fun, really bright and vibrant red with him. Although he does have a brown belt instead of a red belt. His arms are a little tricky though to move around. I've noticed his elbow articulation is a little off, unlike the others with these brown bands here. I'm having a little trouble putting him into anything really cool. And his weapons are really squishy too. Kind of weird how that is. And his hands, and a lot of these turtles are the same, the hands are so tightly closed that it's really difficult to get the weapons in and out easily. You really got to pry them open and fit them in. But those are things that you can adjust over time. He comes with a cool little flamethrower, an interesting shredder-like weapon for his hand. Is that the Tegaki? Or is this the Tegaki? And this would be also looking like something Michelangelo built in the forest. But pretty fun figure, and overall, all four turtles look awesome. Leo, if we have to eat another squirrel pizza, I'm just going back to the city without you guys. Look, it's Master Splinter. Master, we have done what you have asked. We are now mystic battlers. I am afraid I misled you. I have been watching another Power Rangers series, Power Rangers Turbo, and I think instead of Mystic Battlers, we'll all get cars and attack the Shredder that way. I can't work under these conditions. So that is my time with the Mystic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all four totally rad, each one having a little bit of special that the other ones might not have. I am really impressed how Playmates continues these awesome turtles in their line of toys. That's what I have to say about that. We are going back to the city, right? Right? I want to attack something with fire.
Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede.
Wow, Donnie, I really like the new mask you have. Looks very familiar. Stay away from her! God.